Welcome to the Barker Podcast Collection.
Welcome to the Not Watching Podcast. My name's Rob Howard, and this week I'm joined by...
Ian Bruce! Yay!
John Marson!
And Marcus Hurley.
Hurrah!
Hurrah for all of us.
It's all of us,
Right,
listeners.
It is. It's full house for the first time in months, which is cool. Do we want to talk about Outcast yet, or do you want to wait till we've both seen it or seen more of it, John?
Well, shall I do the sort of overview, if you want?
Okay.
Yeah. Just a quick synopsis. So, basically it's another comic that was written by Robert Kirkman, who wrote The Walking Dead. And it's about demonic possession. So the idea being that there's this town that this dude lives in. He has been in trouble in the past because, as it turns out, he's not crazy and people are actually being possessed by demons, and he did have to beat the shit out of his daughter to get the demon out of her, even though she was only 8.
Fuck.
Wow.
So that's basically the setup. Like, he's everybody in the town fucking hates him because he did this horrible thing, but it was actually necessary. But of course, he was caught, bloody fisted over the beaten, still living body, his daughter, and. Yeah, that's the only way he can think of to get the demons out of people. He's kind of, I can't remember what they call him, but he's kind of like blessed in a way that he has, he can see the demons in people, and they can kind of feed off him as well. But the possessions, especially I won't ruin it, but the opening sequence of the premiere episode, the possession that happens is absolutely disgusting. Like what
Cool.
the demon makes the kid do.
I do actually
really
have that.
horror.
That's on my list of things to watch.
Cool.
So, good.
Yeah, but I'd say it's worth watching. I've only seen the premiere, but assuming it doesn't tail off after the first episode, it's pretty solid so far.
Okay.
Yeah, critics who I think have watched the first 4 gave it quite a good write-up. So,
Cool.
And of course, primarily your recommendation, John. You were the first person to tell me about it, so I'm definitely going to give it a look. I'm just waiting for a few episodes to build up.
I mean, I read all the comics a while back, and they're decent, so probably better than The Walking Dead was at that point. So
it's weird actually, because Robert Kirkman was on the Nerdist podcast the other week, and I was listening to him talking on that, and he said that when Walking Dead was just becoming a show, someone at Cinemax kind of almost cornered him and said, "What else you got? What else you got? Walking Dead, like, everyone loves it."
and he was like, "Do you want this one?"
He was like, "Well, I've kind of got this idea," and he basically just elevator pitched it, and they went, "Yeah, that's fine, that's good." So he went off, but I guess in the meantime, they've gone, "Yeah, make it a comic first, because then
Get a bit of buzz, make it legit." Yeah,
it's like another show based on one of your comics. So yeah, but I feel like it's a sort of it was created out of his success with The Walking Dead. That's how it exists, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's like anybody who writes comics. If something takes off, they get to write another thing, right? So
definitely. Yeah. The guy works hard though. Apparently, he still works like really long days, and he's got 3 writers' rooms constantly on rotation now because of Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. Yeah, you've been watching Fear the Walking Dead, haven't you, John, as well?
yeah, I mean, it's not nearly as bad as people are making out, if you ask me. I've been quite enjoying it.
Is that the second season, John?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Because the first season I thought was pretty shit, but I was bored the other day, so I thought, I'll see maybe I'll watch one of those. I was pretty tired and didn't want to do anything else. And it's like easy watching. It's not. I mean, obviously, it's not groundbreaking TV by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's more solid than people give it credit for.
Okay.
It's kind of like it's fine. It's not must see TV.
Yeah.
Is it fitting in with the world of The Walking Dead, or is it starting to feel like a cheap knockoff?
I think the They've gone straight to the point where zombies aren't even really the problem anymore, and people are the problem. You know, like we got to in The Walking Dead.
God, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's
They're not on a fucking farm, are they?
No, they're not on a farm.
Right.
But they actually they are on a farm. Yeah. What am I saying?
Right. Excellent. Good.
Oh no!
Yeah,
They were like, yeah.
Stay
You
away
know
from
what
the
we did?
fucking barns and the fields and the guy who's playing fucking thing in Daredevil.
It does hit a lot of the same beats that you've already seen in Walking Dead, but that's because it's a zombie show and there's only so much you can really do with zombies, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the junkie kid from the first series. Anybody watch much of the first one?
Yes. I watched all the first one.
all of it.
Yeah, I watched all the first one.
Yeah, you know how annoying... Well, I found him incredibly annoying in the first one just because he didn't really make a particularly convincing junkie, and it was all a bit kind of cliche, but not very well done at the same time. It's as if they were trying for the cliche, but they missed. In the second series, he's kind of found his feet a bit, and he's more like an actual character now. So, So I've been enjoying watching him. It's which I didn't think I would. So that was cool.
Okay.
Cool. Well, yeah, maybe one for a rainy day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just wanted to quickly mention a Netflix show that I finished this afternoon called Lady Dynamite, which is a 12-episode comedy show on Netflix. And it stars Maria Bamford, who is like something of a stand-up. She's got a very unique sort of style. She's dealt with a lot of depression and stuff, and she's worked that into her comedy. And so the idea of her making a show of her own was a bit like, how is that going to work? And it does work really well. It kind of goes through like 3 different sort of time periods, the past and back when she had to go back home because she got so manic and messed up. She's actually bipolar. So yeah, but she actually mines a lot of comedy out of that. So it's really, really funny. And it's put together by Mitch Hurwitz, who did Arrested Development. So there's a lot of that kind of style to it if you've watched any of that. But yeah, it's really, really worth a look, honestly. It's very, very funny, like laugh out loud gags, and yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
Cool. I will give that a look. I need some new comedy in my life.
Yeah, if you run out of Kimmy Schmidt, I literally bounced from that to this, and it's awesome. In some ways, like she's got like a little pug. She's got a little pug that talks with the voice of like who's the German director?
What?
What's his name? What's his name? The German director. He's like oh god, I was listening to a thing about him today.
Werner Herzog.
Mate.
That's it. Werner Herzog. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
You're welcome.
her little pug talks like that. It's really funny. It always has really insightful things to say. But it's just a pug. And but they do in the pilot especially. They have like quite a few guest stars on there, and they do things like they break the fourth wall. Like she goes, well, I need to do this for the bit where I'll do stand up, and then all of a sudden Patton Oswalt's like, you're going to do stand up in your show? It's like, come on, that's like such a cliche. And it's all, and then she starts going all manic, and it's just so good once it kind of gets under your skin and you sort of understand what's going on, because it's like it works on sort of more layers than just gags. It's really clever comedy stuff. So yeah, I totally rate it. It's one of my favourite shows I've seen this year, I think.
So that's what I was trying to say, that iZombie is a bit like, I know you've got your issues, Rob, with it, but it's one of them shows that once you start watching it from the start, I know what it says on the tin might put you off, but it's really quite a damn good show. The characters all get together, and the references they pull constantly through it, even at times where, something awful would happen, but the bad guy would just throw a reference in, and you're like, oh, I got that reference.
Right, yeah, because this is by the people that made Veronica Mars, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Which I know you really rate, Ian.
Veronica Mars, yes.
Yeah.
Certainly one of my favourite TV shows ever.
But yeah, I'd recommend iZombie if you've got Netflix, Ian.
Okay.
So what?
I have, yep.
It's very much, I would say, a nice, almost success. Almost, it's very much in a kind of Castle-esque vein as well, in which the characters kind of all work together in that way.
And now that that's finished, thankfully, we need a replacement.
Oh dear.
Or not. Has that been discussed already? Am I opening a wound?
We're getting to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so the setup with iZombie though, so she's a medical resident, and she ends up becoming a zombie, but then she wants to pass as a human. See, my problem here is that the zombies have any level of intelligence whatsoever.
But that's the thing. It does address that. This is what I'm saying. It rewrites its own zombie lore, but it sticks to it. And you do.
I'm not sure that's allowed.
But you do get raging zombies. Oh, come on. Really? Really?
I think you're being teased a little, Marcus.
I know. I don't care. I watched it. I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Well, I think I was a little bit.
I haven't even seen series 1 of it. I've seen series 2, and I got sucked in. My other half was watching it, and I literally was within a few episodes. I knew who the characters were, where the setup was, where it was going, and yeah, I thought it was really good, really good.
So are you going to go back and watch season 1?
I definitely will, just to see the beginning. And I think it's based on a comic as well. So
yeah, I heard that. Probably a DC one if it's on the CW, because they seem to do that.
Yep. There'll be a crossover there. I have actually watched something. I don't know the best time to discuss it, but I have actually watched something else.
Now is just as good a time as any.
In the few hours free I've had in the last 9 weeks, I've managed to watch The Tunnel Sabotage on Sky Atlantic. This is it's the second season of the UK French The Bridge clone.
Oh,
Scandinoir.
Scandinoir, except ported to Britain, France.
Dover.
It's got Stephen Delane in it, which you may know him from such features as Game of Thrones. I believe he was in as some character. I'm fairly sure he was. I don't know which fucking character he was.
If he's a Western European actor, then he's been in Game of Thrones at this point.
He was in Game of Thrones. He was definitely in Game of Thrones. Stannis Baratheon. There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Stannis the Menace.
Yes.
And I like it because it's not following the other Bridge seasons. The first season of The Tunnel was basically a direct clone of the Swedish Bridge. But this one has just gone a bit batshit, to be honest, but in a good way. They seem to have massive set pieces quite frequently. There's an airplane crashed into the sea. There's a massacre at a religious school. There's end of the world chemical warfare. And this is all in 8 episodes, this happens.
What? I thought it was all based around the murder.
Based around the what?
A murder.
A murder.
There's been a murder.
There's been a murder. Oh, no. I think you're thinking of Broadchurch, aren't you?
Oh, am I? Sorry.
No, that's Taggart, I think.
Taggart.
No.
What's the other one? Fucking Cracker.
Cracker.
Oh, yeah. That's
I missed Cracker. That was good. I did like Cracker.
Yeah, I watched all of that. Yeah, it's awesome.
But it's good. And the other thing, just quickly, I've seen is Line of Duty. The season 3 of Line of Duty. Has that been talked about on here?
I'm not sure.
Not if it's another British one.
It's another British one.
People with funny accents.
Really, really good. The actors were great. It had her from That Thing in. Wow, that's useful. You'll know who I mean.
Vicky McClure.
No, keep going.
Keeley Hawes.
That's the one. Yep.
Yeah.
And it was one of the best British TV things I've seen for a while. Probably as good as the first season of Broadchurch, for my mind. I really enjoyed it.
It's the first season of Broadchurch.
It was pretty fucking bleak. Yes.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I don't like about the British stuff. Is just everything's so bleak.
And yet we've just spent an hour talking about Game of Thrones, which is that's fucking happy thing.
It's bleak, but it's beautiful at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well, this had Keely Hawes in it, so that works for me.
Oh, cool.
Actually, I mock you. Sorry, carry on. Do you have more to say about Line of Duty?
No, just I watched the second series because the trailer for the third looked quite good, and it was okay, but they seem to be having a thing that goes... They've had like a 3-season arc. Each season has had its own thing, but there's been shit bubbling over in the background. And I quite like that. So, that's pretty good.
Cool.
That's it. That's all done. I'm out.
Well, I've been watching some British stuff. I mocked you there, but I have actually been watching some British stuff called Peaky Blinders.
Oh, yeah.
Peaky Blinders, yeah. Third season just started. First 2 are on Netflix, if there's any interest. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, actually. They've just been renewed for 2 more seasons. So this is Cillian Murphy and his band of
Bastards.
Birmingham... yeah, bastards, Birmingham gangsters. They're kind of well into their empire now. He's living in a mansion. They've got people everywhere. Tom Hardy showed up in the last episode.
That was good.
Jesus, cool.
He shows up, and it's almost like the director's just afraid to ask him to do anything, because it's like a bull in a china shop, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. He's just he's sort of. It's not so much he's like stealing the scene as, beating it to shit, to be honest.
Yeah, it just shows how like unengaging so many of the other characters are.
Yeah, despite their best efforts.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're not a bad ensemble, I think, but
No, it's decent.
Yeah.
It's just you put him in the mix and it's just like blows them all out of the water, doesn't it?
yeah. Sam Neill definitely missing his character in it. Won't say any more about that, but yeah, he's good. But also we've got
I think you probably have already with that sentence, haven't you?
What can I say? Paddy Considine, he's in there as an evil priest. He's like an odd fellow who's a group of shady high ups in society,
Government bastards rather than criminal bastards.
Yeah. So it's always about stealing weapons or trucks, armoured cars. There's always something.
Egyptian curses. And...
race horses, yeah. And it's really weird, actually, because he really believes in that shit. So,
Yeah.
It's like, can really stitch him up, like, by saying something. Oh.
Yeah. And orgies in Russian embassies.
Yeah, as you
Where
do.
else?
That's where they happen.
That's where the best ones are, anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, pretty solid if you want some, early 20th century gangster shit. It's pretty cool.
So most of the things we've just spoken about
Except
all
to,
available on
weird-
Netflix.
First and second are now,
Yeah.
and the third is all on iPlayer if you're quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think
You have to catch up quick, though.
yeah, they're 5 episodes in. The last one's this week, so they keep them on there for a bit, but I don't know how long.
Yeah, won't be long.
Yeah,
It'd probably be on Netflix by the time you finish the first 2 series anyway, if you did watch it.
yeah, probably. Yeah, have you got any thoughts about Peaky Blinders this season, John? Like,
I think they should have Tom Hardy in it more.
yeah, he's only been in one so far,
Does that
hasn't
mean
he?
it's lacking without him, or he really added to it?
No, I just think he really adds to it a lot.
Okay.
And there's been some developments at the end of the last series, the beginning of this one, that like a key character's been taken out, and I think that's left it a little bit lacking.
Was it Sam Neill?
Yes. No, it wasn't, no.
Classic Howard.
It's okay. He's on the event horizon. He'll come back soon.
Hey!
He's very good in it, though, Sam Neill.
Or he
yeah.
was.
He's only Game of Thrones dead. He'll be back like one
okay.
series or another.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's been some off-screen deaths as well, but I won't talk about them. I've already said too much.
Yep.
Yeah. While we're in England, did anyone catch Top Gear?
Yep.
I did.
No, not yet.
I haven't seen the second one. I saw the first one.
Looking forward to the Grand Tour.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So, not impressed.
I really like Matt LeBlanc. I really like Chris Evans.
He was
I don't like either of
surprising.
them doing that at the moment, but I think the biggest problem with all of that is everybody's holding on to how it used to be.
Yeah.
Because Top Gear used to be a serious motoring show, and lots
Yeah.
of people watched that. And then those 3 dicks came along and made it the Dicks with the Cars show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now Evans and everybody wants to make it a bit more of a car-y show. And in a few years, I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think
They're
so.
still in the comparison stage.
I just thought that they felt forced in the actual studio.
I agree, absolutely
I didn't see
agree.
the second episode, but I will watch it. But I just
I've only
felt
seen the
like
first.
there was no real chemistry between them. In a couple of the videos, the films that they made, really good. Matt LeBlanc's, he was driving a Marauder
Aerial.
buggy. Yeah, the Aerial. That was
awesome.
fantastic. Spot on. Even throwing in Joey-isms and a few other bits and pieces.
Yes.
But
I like
it was
LeBlanc.
it was brilliant. It was everything you wanted from it.
Yeah.
But in the studio, it just felt like he was... Oh, I'm the
But he's
typical-
not a presenter.
No.
He's still... I mean, I don't think he's ever done stuff like that before.
No, I don't. I can't recall.
But, you know, he will find his way.
Yeah. I thought Chris Evans was trying too hard, considering the big hoo-ha he made about he's not going to be Clarkson. The first thing he did was do a Clarkson impression throughout the entire show.
Oh yeah, they
It
even
felt-
dropped the on this bomb.
Yeah.
And we can't,
Yeah.
we can't
I
do
mean,
that.
that's...
There were smug
that's
little
okay,
jibes,
really.
but the smug little
Yeah.
jibes aside, I felt that his man. I mean, I remember him from his TFI Friday days and a few other jobs. And
Yeah.
I've heard him on the radio, and he's very much his own thing. You know, he's a bit of a dick as well, which is probably why he got the job. But he just seemed to be impersonating Clarkson in an almost high-pitched schoolboy, I'm excited, I'm going to wee myself fashion. And it
So
seemed
that
like
whole
every
thing
time when they made the video, it's like halfway through the was it star in the rallycross car, which they got impressed, instead of the reasonable price car. He was sort of like egging the audience to like clap and applaud, like come on, applaud. And you always think that's a bit cringy, you know. You don't need to go that far. You've got the gig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
think
felt like
give
he
it-
was being a bit Saturday night TV with it. We're almost
Yes.
a bit Bruce Forsyth,
Exactly.
like come on,
Yeah.
come on,
Or even
shouting.
Saturday morning TV, really.
shouting constantly. I just
Yeah.
thought, come
so
on.
that thing about how he can't drive and talk at the same time, like that, there's a bit of press about it before the show came out. Was that obvious?
Yeah, it was a little bit.
What, that you can't drive and talk?
He can't drive and talk apparently. So yeah, and he's presenting this motoring show.
I'm fairly
Where he's
sure
only
he's
got to
driving and
drive and
talking.
talk.
at
He
some
was
point.
driving and talking, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Was that in the sun?
No, I think it might have been the mail.
Oh my god! Right.
Daily Hair.
I didn't. I didn't see
Kidding.
that.
The
Well,
mail.
good ships go
But
to die.
it did
Right.
feel a bit weird. Funny enough, the only one I've really kind of liked was seeing Sabine Schmidt back again.
She was a
But
bit
she was
token
weird. She was-
German woman.
But that's the thing, they kind of made it a bit weird, and he was being token Brit, Matt LeBlanc was being token American, and she was being token German,
Yeah, and
it was just a bit odd. That was,
You know-
it felt like after all the talk and all of the, the pre-thing, we actually saw the show, it felt like they were desperate to try and not break the format, but do a really bad impersonation of it.
yeah,
So
it was
I'm
like a
hoping-
Channel 5 version
yeah.
of Top Gear.
Yeah.
In the second episode, was it still very much like Evans and LeBlanc as a duo, or does it feel like they're going to have more of a revolving door?
I haven't watched the second.
I haven't
I
seen
was-
it yet either.
None of us have seen it. Oh,
No.
damn it. That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah,
because,
me too.
Because in the first episode, it seemed very much like a double act in the studio, and also on some of the films they did. And then, but they did the initial press shot of like a lineup of 7 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And I
that's
just-
that was a little bit of a.
It was bullshit.
It was well, it is bullshit. So Evans
They-
and LeBlanc are the main ones.
Yeah.
They are the studio ones who do most of it, and then they'll will these other people in. And here's Sabine to give me a race around this thing.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Right.
I am German and I am coming for you, yeah.
Two
And
of
then that's it. That's all she
Yeah.
did. That was it. That one little bit.
Two of the people actually were
Right.
in. They've got a spin-off show, Top Gear Extra or something like that. So they're presenting that, and I'm just thinking, you don't need a spin-off show. You don't even know if this show's gone yet. I'm paying for Top Gear. I miss Top Gear. I might stop paying my TV license and get an Amazon subscription just so I can watch three
The Grand
idiots in a Morris
I
Minor.
would. You get really shit films with Amazon Prime as well.
And
You get
Preacher,
Vikings and, Preacher.
Yep.
Yep.
And Mr.
Vikings.
Robot and other stuff.
Black Sails.
Yep.
There's quite a lot
pretty
on
worth it,
Amazon Prime,
actually.
actually.
Yeah, no can't mention
It's like, what have the Romans done for us?
It's Netflix.
I've just gone to Netflix to see if the stuff
Is
that was being
Preacher on the
discussed.
AMC channel?
Don't know.
I don't know.
Because I've got
It's
BT.
on AMC.
I've got BT, and then I've got the AMC channel.
It's
And
on
I-
AMC in the UK. It's on Amazon and it's on AMC in the US. It's on Amazon in the UK.
See, I feel a bit cheated by that. They gave me Fear the Walking Dead, and they won't give me Preacher.
They'll give you whatever they haven't done a lucrative deal for
Yeah.
with a massive streaming network.
They're like, we're AMC, we don't have much money, despite what you might have heard.
Now let me go count my gold castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grand Tour starts at the end of the year, isn't it? I think it's.
Is it awesome?
Might be.
I think so.
They're going to wait until Top Gear's finished its run, haven't they? So yeah, I reckon it would be.
I would hope that they would. That would be
Yeah.
decent of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this autumn, and it's shot entirely on the road, according to this news story.
It's like all the specials.
Yeah.
It's just the specials, no studio stuff. Which is good.
Yeah, that should be alright.
When
leave the
you've been given
studio
that much
stuff
money,
to
why
me.
the hell not?
Yeah. To be honest, with that
Absolutely.
much money, they could build 2 helicarriers and race them.
Race them to the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, only one more show. I just wanted to quickly mention Bloodline is back. First season was really good. I think John's watching it as well. How much of that have you watched now, John?
I might have finished it.
You've done it all.
Yeah.
Well, good work. I've done 6, so I'm
You're not
catching
far
up.
behind.
No, but so it's worth sticking with.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, once you've watched it all, we'll have a chat about the finale and what you think about how that pans out. But,
Right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's leave it there for now then.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say, this is a slightly shorter season, but I think that's only really on account of the fact that they don't need 3 episodes to kind of set things up. This one just kind of picks up straight from where the first one left off, and you could pretty much watch it as one long continuous run of
I like
20.
the way that Danny's still in it, and he has basically set it up so well that like even after he's dead, they're still fucked. Like,
Yeah.
there's no escaping Danny.
No, very much so. It's like yeah, even in death, he is still very much a presence in that show, and like in more ways than one, in that he literally is there, in flashbacks and as a ghost. And this is all in the Netflix next up on thing. So I guess if you and it's almost like not even spoiling the pilot, because like clearly something happens to him. Yeah. Like right from episode 1. So
Yeah, it's
I don't
very
feel
clear.
like, yeah. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm ruining it too much.
Oh, well, sorry, I probably shouldn't have said for anyone that hasn't watched that, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, it's been on Netflix a year now, so
Yeah, deal with it.
yeah. So, as I have been clearly told before by certain people, but. This has been the Not Watching Podcast in partnership with notlistening.co.uk, where you can also hear myself and Ian talk about video games and virtual reality one day, maybe, on the Not Playing Podcast, and Adam Ash and Will talk about all manner of funny things on the Not Listening Podcast. You can email us at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet at or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. You can find the show notes for this show at notlistening.co.uk, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, then please do give us a review. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. See ya.
Bye.
Hold the door.
Hold on.